Good evening, everybody. It's Alan Endres here from It's Zutime. We've got a very special edition. It's pre-recorded, but we thought we'd make this a bit of a recording for historical purposes, everyone. Today is the 8th of February, 2022. It's 5 minutes past 11 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We're here at 411 Kiwa Street, Albury, the head office of Zoocoins and Zoocas. And it's my privilege, my honour, to just share a few words with you, Robert, to introduce again.
Hello, no worries.
And you'll be surprised, everybody, that the purpose of this is that the success of our internal testing and trials, we are 100% happy with the wallet, Robert. You've seen the heavy lifting you've done. I just want to ask the question for the viewers that are watching this, that the changes that we set out to do were amazing. Yep. Late nights. Yep. I noticed you haven't eaten tonight either, Rob.
No, you can see the black under my eyes as well. Yep.
But it's one of those evenings, everybody, that we have to record it because the success of what Robert's built with the permissionless-based system, the protocol, the way it operates with the nodes and the network. Yep. Just tell us what happened when we went back through the users, the bad experiences we had with the SMS, Rob, why we went down this journey and what you had to do to overcome those problems.
Yeah, there was a lot of things between now and the last version of the system that people used in the last test group. There was a range of things that we noticed when we were testing, from the referrals going to some random phone numbers that were getting lost, to some older phones struggling to process transactions, to all kinds of things. So we kind of took each of those bit by bit and came up with a whole overhauled system, basically for the last year, but especially the last few months.
And with that, Rob, we talked about the issue of people sending things to wrong phone numbers. Our biggest concern was losing the coins and getting blamed for that. So just tell us now quickly what you've achieved with this, the way this will operate, from firstly getting a wallet and then walking into a transaction.
Yeah, we've done a lot of little things, like we've decoupled the referral process from actually happening in one step with the transaction. So what happens now in the app, and you'll see this in the upcoming video, is that you first get sent a link to install the app. That's the first thing that happens. So that's completely separate to a transaction. And then after that, after you've created a wallet and you've sent someone your address, that other person can now send you details to that address. So it's a completely decoupled two-step process now. Before it was all wrapped in one. The problem with that was if you get that wrong, it goes into the universe somewhere out there, but we don't know where. And that's how a lot of crypto systems out there work right now, that as soon as you send something to the wrong address, it disappears. With our system, we've put a lot of little safeguards in, while trying to keep everything pretty anonymous, that can kind of detect anomalies before they happen. So we spent a lot of time working on that in the app.
And basically, we've just got to get people used to that. They get their wallet, which is an easy way of opening the wallet. Yeah. I mean, that's a no-brainer, everybody. It's a link, you follow the sequence and you'll have it on your home screen, either an Android or with the Apple. Yeah. And you then press the button to open the wallet. And from there, the idea is that people have just got to make sure that through the SMS, they copy and paste their address to whoever they want to get a coin from.
Yep. And you just have to make sure that it's the full address. Sometimes the address has some funny characters in there. You just have to make sure you copy the whole thing.
And then once it's in the sender's phone, it's game on, isn't it? The send button works. Yep. And that's where we talked about, everybody, the unique processes that, it's fair to say no one in the world will have this process, Rob.
No, it's actually a real-time transaction, like it's real time. Transactions have to settle in less than 60 seconds. And
within that 60 seconds, people, don't panic about it, you can see the clock's going and it's working its way through those time locks. Yeah. And of course, once that goes through, Rob, there's a confirmation. People have got to make sure that happens, and then the two parties have locked in their transaction.
Exactly, it works just like that. It's very simple. And the other thing as well is when there's a problem, a lot of systems don't tell you why there's a problem. We spent a lot of time last few months just making the problems pretty obvious. Like it will tell you, you've taken a bit too long because the transactions are real time. You have to act on them then and there. You can't save it for later and come back tomorrow. And we've gone through the whole app and surfaced all these different little things that help the user along, just instructing them piece by piece to make sure they get the right pieces right.
And you can't, the key to it is that, like I was mentioning to you the other day, I did a transaction, a very big transaction to do with the Commonwealth Government, and they gave me the wrong bank details, and of course the money bounced back and it went skewy. That's not going to happen now with this, is it?
With ours, it's a lot harder to do. You have to get a lot more things wrong. Apart from the fact there's only one thing you have to send to someone, just one little chunk of code. You send to someone a message, and you paste that into the app, and that's the transaction that starts like that. You don't have to worry about BSB numbers, account numbers, like reference codes, any of that. It's just one code you copy and paste.
And the good thing is that when they've sent their address, what you've made sure is that people can have their own favourites, so they know that they're sending it to the next time rather than the full code.
Yeah, so we've added a contacts favorites feature recently in the last few weeks. We had this feature a while ago, but we've actually overhauled it, so it's even simpler now. There are some features missing from it, but we're pretty close to adding those in. But what it will let you do is basically, when you're transacting, you have an option to save that contact, that address, and then you can reuse that address as much as you want. You don't have to worry about getting that from the person again.
And I think too, Rob, there's always going to be minor upgrades that you're doing, but the reality of today, everybody, is that it's a momentous occasion, it's a milestone, because the core network that Robert wanted to build, which maintains that integrity of decentralisation is the word you don't like to use, but that's what we've done, has been achieved.
Yeah, as you've seen in the news a lot, especially the last few months, very few systems actually decentralised, in the true sense of the word. We've done a lot to make this system really, really close to that, like proper decentralisation. And we're going to keep kind of untying pieces of those strings as time goes on. We've got the right pieces in the system to do those things, and it's going to be a really different system to what people have seen out there right now.
Oh, it's fantastic, Rob. It was ironic, everybody, that we look to tonight. As I said, it's late, but the success. So for those that are aware, the test groups now are receiving their coins as we speak, Rob. I know Pete's in the other room out there, busy sending them out, so you can enjoy that, everybody. But I found it ironic, last week, here we have the news of the Facebook Steam and Libra project, Rob. Went off a cliff. They $1 billion, they sold it to Silvergate, I understand, $182 million. The project collapsed. They had all the visions of decentralisation and the autonomous permissionless. And up pops Robert, and we work exactly what they couldn't achieve, Rob.
It was quite hard, so I don't blame him.
Well, the only difference is though, Rob, that they committed $1 billion.
Yeah.
They said 5 years, and tens of thousands of people on the job, and all we got is you, Rob. Yeah. I find that extraordinary.
You can see the effects. So
yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's 3 years and 10 months effectively to the day when the announcement of Facebook has collapsed with their project, and Robert has come out of nowhere to achieve what we wanted. And mate, congratulations.
Thank you.
Unbelievable night. Don't think I'll sleep tonight, but we just thought we'd give this little burst for everybody, and rest assured, 100% happy with the system at the back end. Rest of it's just cosmetic tweaks down the road, but we're well and truly on the way now. Exciting days, Rob. Congratulations.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks mate.
Thanks,
You're a
guys.
legend.